I don't want to give you wrong information, but I'm going to show you where to go get that information. Part of this involves work. I know that might blow some of your minds. My job, my thing for you guys isn't to teach you how to memorize and know how to do everything. It is to empower you to know where to find the answers. Who in here knows what the MLS is? Everybody should, right? The MLS, multiple listing service. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a crazy secret. Is that camera too low, Matt? Should you like lift it up? Does that look good? Okay. Doesn't it look low? I mean, if it comes from this way, it like is slimming, I think. Now I'm over here, it's like, whoa. All right. Should have ate like no pizza. I had one piece too much. No. All right. So guys, believe it or not, here's a secret. I'm going to fill you in all about sourcing and finding deals. There's a database out there of people that actually want to sell their house. It's called the MLS, and they're called on-market properties. I know we spend a ton of time talking about off-market deals and buying things off-market on sheriff sales and whatever this and whatever that, but there are deals on the MLS of people that actually want to sell their house. And I know this because I've bought hundreds of houses from the MLS. And I want us to like kind of get realigned, right? Because we have taken as a group, and part of this is my fault because like I talk a lot about off-market stuff we buy, and I don't talk enough about on-market. The last 5 houses I did, I bought 3 of them off the MLS and 2 of them were from wholesalers. So it was over 50% came from being listed on the MLS. And I think that, you know, like it's cool to buy stuff off market, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where it comes from as long as you get the deal. Like not really, it doesn't matter. So I want us to kind of focus again and like know there are deals out there. Are a lot of people looking on the MLS right now for deals? Good. Okay, good. So here's what I want us to create. This is a list. This is a sheet. It's called a hot sheet. Who here has hot sheets? All right. So how do you guys look on the MLS when you look for deals on the MLS?
By zip code.
How often?
Every day.
Who looks every day? What criteria?
Pricing.
All right.
Age.
So
Age?
I set up special searches that say like as is or
Cash, handyman special.
cash or like all of that, and then I have it emailed to me
Yep.
based on that search.
Good. Okay. Sean?
Also, contact realtors and have them send me I have like 15 different agents that send me their listings.
Yep. Perfect. So we want a hot sheet. Those are called hot sheets.
So when you're finding these on the MLS, are they meeting the equation we're supposed to be going by to see if we're going to be able to refinance out?
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
So how do you know if it's a good deal if you're just on the MLS?
You got to underwrite it.
That's what I'm saying. The underwriting equation that we're going by, ARV times 0.7.
Yeah.
Offer. Are you using that when you're looking at the MLS?
Yeah, but I'll get into it on the next slide, I think, and answer that. But you don't. It doesn't matter. Like you have to underwrite it for what it's going to work at, and then you submit an offer.
Just ignore the price of it.
Yeah, don't pay attention to what you're saying on the MLS.
Does that make sense?
Well, the MLS is publicly or
For realtors, you got to be a realtor. Yeah, but here's the deal: is like you can get anybody to set up a hot sheet. Any realtor, it takes them 5 minutes to set up a hot sheet. But also too, you can do it on Redfin and Zillow. Like you can do it on some other sites for free too. So, but they're the hot sheets. So,
I have one more question.
yeah,
We're talking about not like Zillow. What about non-disclosures? And disclosures.
yeah.
Different for searching on non-disclosures.
Then we just need to get an agent to set us up on a hot sheet. So, and I'll show that. So that's where this isn't a non-disclosure state, is it?
No.
Well, I was just in Texas, and they were like, we're non-disclosure states, and I'm like, cool. Raise your hand if you're an agent. And this was in Houston, and Anicia's group, and 7 people raised their hand, and then I'm like, well, will these 7 people set the rest of you guys up on hot sheets? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, problem solved. I didn't need to come all the way from Ohio to solve this problem, right? That isn't even a problem, but you just get a realtor to do it. So, a hot sheet It shows listing events such as new listings, price changes, multiple price changes, status changes, etc. that have occurred on the MLS, multiple listing service, that covers a 24-hour span. So, and I'm going to show you what we want to set the parameters to trigger an email for us and to give us a report at the end of every day, or the beginning of every day too. So, any questions about this, the hot sheet?
Yeah, just something that Sherry was asking a question earlier about, are you able to find 70% of ARV? I think you said like 50% of the deals you find are 70% of ARV come from MLS, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But here's the thing, is like there's going to be way more than that. So here's what you guys need. You need to know this. Where and why are you buying? You need to be laser focused on where and why you want to buy. If you have, I started the first thing earlier when I talked about city councils and community meetings and stuff. We have to know where and why we want to buy down to the zip code. And I'm going to suggest, 5 to 8 zip codes that we master, okay? Where and why we want to buy. And I will set up a hot sheet, set up one of these for each zip code I have. The second thing you'll need, typically, is realtor or MLS access. You can also set it up for free on like Zillow or Redfin or whatever. And the third thing you're going to need is an email address.
So the realtor should be supposed to, let's say I'm looking for Atlanta in Seattle. And Seattle real estate agent set up the hot sheet for Atlanta.
Yeah, but not for Atlanta. For your zip codes.
But the zip code.
The zip codes. You want it to be zip code specific. I want you guys, I have my zip codes that I buy in. Like one is 45205, 45204. I had those zip codes, and not only do I have those zip codes, I had the streets. I will only buy on Mount Hope, Purcell, Bassett, West 8th, Constantine, Hawthorne, Summit. I had it down to streets that I would buy. I only want to buy Walnut Hills on St. James, Warren, Cameron, whatever. I am that specific about it, right?
But doesn't that really narrow, limit the property you can buy? Because it's not just buy the property, you need to find sellers that are motivated and you can buy at a discount, right?
So I bought 60 properties in a 4-street radius. I'm still buying I was at one of my houses the other day. Some guy was outside and goes, "Don't you own those 2 across the street?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "Do you want to buy this?" And I'm like, has anybody heard this story? No. I was like, "I'll give you 50 grand for it." And he's like, "How about 100?" Or he's like, "How about 150?" And I was like, "Oh crap!" I'm like, "This guy's kind of serious. He's going to sell it, huh?" 150. I'm like, I buy 150 is the deal. I'd buy it for 150. And I'm like, how about 125? And he's like, about 130. And I'm like, okay. I didn't want to buy anything. And I was like, I wanted it to be done. And I bought it for 130. And I'm like, crap. And it's across the street from 2 of my houses on the street, and then behind me. And then it's also like catty corner from another house I own. And I was like, all right, cool. So I bought it. And bought it for 130. The house as it sits right now is worth about 200. All fixed up is worth about 325. Because 325, 340. That's my area. I know my zip codes better than anybody. I underwrote that deal in seconds. Why? Because I became a master of those zip codes, right? That's how I want you guys to feel, right? Because when we're buying, the speed matters, right? I can make a decision. I literally signed a contract with him before I left. I had it under contract. I left my house that morning to go do anything except buy a house. I wasn't going to do anything. Maybe go to SeaWorld. I don't know. I could have done anything else. The last thing on my list would have been buy a house. But
So why didn't you do an inspection and beat them up at the price some more? If you were able to come up with the price that quick,
Because-
why didn't you beat them up some more?
So because he was an old guy. He was a nice guy. And I know for 130 that I looked at this deal in my head. I'm like, I know exactly what it's going to cost to fix it. I walked through it okay, kitchen need to move here. I'm going to add the bathroom. First floor unit's going to be a 3-bed, 2-bath. Already know. I'm like, okay, that's going to be about 40,000. Then I'm going to go upstairs. We're going to I did the whole rehab. I'm like, I penciled it all out. I'm just like, it's a fair price. And sometimes you just don't got to beat people up all the time. If it's a fair price and you want this guy to and you're okay with it, he has a couple more houses. So like, if it's a smooth transaction on this and I can buy 2 more, like, I don't care. Like, I'm fine with it. So I got it for 130. Then I wholesaled it to myself for 160. So this is how you do it, guys. This is the secret sauce. This is why private money is the game changer. When I bought this deal, put it under contract for 130, I called my lender. Matt has the video of this. I called my lender. I go, hey, picked up a house on Hawthorne. You're not gonna believe what I got this thing for. I got it for $160,000. It's across the street from 2 of my other deals. Okay, so pause. I got it for $160,000 is what I said to him. How much did I buy it for? Okay. Did I say, hey, I just picked up this deal for $130,000, but I'm going to wholesale it to myself, so I'm going to need you to give me an extra $30,000 on top of what I bought it for. That's not part of the renovation or part of the improvements or part of anything. So I actually need 160, and then just wire 160, but I got it for 130. Did I say that? Is that kind of like weird, or maybe like could that be a little confusing? Like, why would I give you more money? Like, I don't understand, right? But when I present the deal at the number that makes sense, because at 160 it's a deal, I could have sold it to myself for 190, 200. I might list it for 200, to be honest. Like, I might just list it. I don't know. But it's already rented. It's making money. It covers the debt. And if I want to update it, I know I can go in there and do it quickly. But for me, it was just important to buy it because I didn't want anybody else to get it, because it's in my neighborhood, right? It's across the street from my houses. Like, I don't want somebody to buy it and make it a Section 8, because like I want to control my neighborhood. So maybe I'll sell it, maybe I won't. But I said, hey, I got it for 160. Oh, Jerry, that's amazing. I'm like, yeah. Listen, here's the deal: is I really don't want to work on it right now. I don't want to do anything. I want to take a break. I just need to borrow 160 for it. I just want to close on it. And then I'm going to let the tenants stay in. And maybe in 6 months, I might need to borrow another like 60 or 70 just to renovate it. I'll let you know. But for right now, and I said, or I might sell it. And then I said to him, if I do sell it, I will give you a 6 months minimum on your money. So I let him know, like, hey, what's in it for him? Like, he's not just going to send me the money. I'll borrow it for a month. And then if I decide to sell it, but I'll give you a 6 month minimum on your money. So that's the power of private money, right? And I closed in 2 weeks, walked away with a $30,000 check and a house in my neighborhood, and I could sell it. I feel very comfortable selling to anybody in this room for 190 in a second and be like, you got a freaking good deal. It's in my neighborhood. Like, I'm not gonna, it's in my spot. But that's how powerful that stuff is.
Did private money see the closing docs and see that you wholesale it to yourself, or did they basically they weren't?
Great question. So, no. Here's how the transaction works. So we go, and so with this person, we agreed on the terms. He's lent me millions of dollars, right? And these are the relationships you'll build, right? I said, hey, just go. We're closing with Prominent. Just wire the 160. We're closing on whatever, the 12th or whatever. Wire the 160 to Prominent. We're closing on the 12th, and we're good to go. Here's your note that I signed, and then I signed the mortgage at the title company. It's all done. He wires 160 to the title company, right? The title company always holds the money, guys. If nobody else should ever hold any money besides the title company. So now the title company is holding the $160,000 that I'm borrowing, right? And now the seller's coming in, okay? And then I'm sitting there with the seller talking to them. I sign all my documents. The seller gets his 130, right? I bought it for 130. So of my 160, 130 of it goes to pay the seller. Now there's more money left, right? So what happens with that money? Well, I already signed for that debt according to my note and terms because I borrowed 160. Oh, well, Jarius, there's a surplus in what was funded. What do you want to do with it? Whatever I want to do with it. Like, I want to go live, like, right? So then they send it back. They give me a check at closing. That's it. That's how simple wholesaling to yourself should be and is. I feel like that guy, you guys ever hear about the guy that invented K-Cups that like regretted making them because like they're filling up landfills? Yeah. I feel like a little bit of that feeling about like bringing up wholesaling to yourself. I feel like I've just like opened up Pandora box of things. Alex can probably be like, yeah. Like as a lender, I'm just like, and I try to tell everybody like, hey, like private money, and if you don't have it, just front load your rehab and be vertically integrated. Like that is super easy as well.
Now, how would a hard money lender see that as well?
I wouldn't do that deal with a hard money lender. Or if I did,
Just because the numbers wouldn't work and you just.
no, they would work, 100% work.
It's gonna be the hard money lenders that ain't going.
Yeah, if I did it with the hard money lender, I would just be like, I would have, it would be a double close. I would have one LLC having under contract for 130, and then another LLC that I own having under contract for 160, and just be like, I'm buying it from a wholesaler. But like what Damon said, some hard money lenders don't want you to buy from a wholesaler. And if they do, they're like, well, the most we'll pay a wholesaler is $5,000. And whatever the rule is. Or they'll be like, you have to pay your fee outside of closing. And like, I'm not going to pay their fee outside of closing. So that's why all the rules change when it's private money, right? Because as long as the deal works and you fully disclose it, it doesn't matter. But here's the deal with private money, guys. When we're taking other people's money, that is a great, great responsibility that we have been given. The privilege of taking this money that these people have saved up their whole lives for and investing it in real estate. So it's not like we don't go out and do crappy deals. We really need to be even more careful and treat their money safer than we treat our own money. So, just keep that in mind, not just for everybody, like, so you don't try to just go wholesale a bunch of deals to yourself to put all this money on there and then you're upside down on all this stuff. But you're like, but I got private money. I'm like, oh.
When you double close, and you pay commission on that double close, I mean, all the same thing that you pay on a regular close.
So not if a realtor's not involved, I won't pay any commissions. So, yeah, so here's the deal. So there's two sets. Can I show you after this? I'll pull up a wholesale HUD and I'll show you guys. Or I don't even need to do that. That's just more time. I want to get more value out of this. All right, Matt's over here like, you're doing it again. So you'll pay less fees. So you'll have a first set of closing, and then you'll have to pay another set of fees, but they're usually less. Certain fees they can't reduce because they're set at the county. Like you're always going to pay $28 for a recording fee. You're always going to pay $88 for this whatever fee it is. But like their fees for their title search, you can get for a little bit less. So it might be like 30% less.
Not like transfer stamps.
I don't know, 10 cents. I don't know, whatever it is in the county. How much is that? Sherry?
When you're doing it with private money, do you have to have two LLCs when you're doing it with private money?
No.
When it's excess, they just don't what to do with the money.
They give it to the LLC that closed on it. Yeah, there's no need for two LLCs.
Only two when you're doing it with hard money.
Yeah.
If they'll let you get away.
Yeah, I just want to so badly just be like, you can't wholesale to yourself using hard money. Be quiet, Damont. Quiet. That's enough. We're just trying to close this loop. Go ahead. What are you saying? Just say it. Okay. There's got to be a way. There's got to be. You can use me. Like, let's just say we're partners. What?
How I'm gonna do that? They're gonna ask me for the address of the deals and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but like, I mean, guys, this stays like in there. I mean, here, like, this is, I don't know. Yeah, and you're right. It's probably impossible. All right. So, all right, hold on. Let's get through this. So, all right. So, what you need, when and why you want to buy a realtor and MLS access. Can we, we can all get that information, right? Like we feel pretty good about that. Cool. So, what this requires, guys, I'm going to preach this a lot. I've kind of been preaching this a little bit, but in the next stuff, we'll talk about this stuff too. What it requires. This requires effort, right? This requires consistency. And this requires a commitment to these activities. All right? Not just these activities that we see here, but lots of them. So we'll go through all that in the next one. So here's what I want on my hot sheet. I want to take all this animation off. All right. So this is how I build my hot sheets. This is the same system, the same information that I put together that we used to buy hundreds and hundreds of deals off the MLS. Now, I want to know this information. I want to know the second a property is listed. What that means is active. So I want to know when a property goes active on the MLS. An active property are properties that were just listed. So when you guys see active properties that were just listed, I want you to think opportunity, right? So active equals opportunity. Does that make sense? Okay. One person got it. All right. Perfect. Pending. So pending. So we got active, new opportunity. It's available to buy. It just hit the market. The next thing is a property will go from active to pending. Pending properties are properties that were just put under contract. Okay? What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, you put a property under contract. I almost wonder if we should have put this in the Facebook group with this. That's okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I haven't done this in a coaching call or anything, but I feel like it's important. All right. Pending properties are properties that were just put under contract. So when a property goes from active to sold, the phase in between that is pending. Because during that pending period, the property is under contract. That's when the buyers are going to do due diligence, right? They're going to do an inspection. They're going to have financing. They're going to do, they're going to do whatever due diligence that they need to do. And typically that period between active and closed is about 45 days typically, 30, 45 days. From pending, it goes to sold. Sold are properties that have closed. A closed property is a property that has transacted. What does that mean? When I say transacted, I mean they've hit the closing table and funds have been dispersed, right? Closed is closed. You are not closed until you are closed. Like until everything is signed and done, it is not closed, right? There's a very big difference, guys, between pending and sold, okay? Price reductions. Now, these next ones are like where I need you guys to be like vultures. Not even vultures. I need you guys, when you see these next four, when these next four things pop up in your hot sheets, all of you are wolves, and I want you to think of wounded deer, right? You're going to go and destroy and eat and just devour these, okay? These are great opportunities. Now, first one is price reduction. This is one where the property has a decrease in price, right? So say they had it listed for whatever, they drop it $5,000, they drop it $10,000, whatever, right? Price reductions, great opportunity. I love these, back on market. Now these are properties that were pending at one point and then have fallen out of the pending state and then became active again. Maybe the inspections were bad, maybe the financing blew up, maybe the seller changed their mind, whatever it was, who knows. But these are back on market. I love back on market deals because the psychology behind them, and I know this because I've sold so many deals and this is how I think, is like whenever I sell a deal, and especially when I was selling a lot of stuff, man, as soon as I had that contract, in my head, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to get this money. I got this money coming. It's going to be awesome. Like, what am I going to do with this money? Like, sometimes we have a tendency just to spend the money before we even get it, right? And you're like visualizing all this crap you're going to do with it. And so like, this is a great opportunity because like, man, the seller was just like, man, I had the deal sold. We were supposed to close. Like, what the heck? So like, if I come through and like, like a wolf and I'm like, oh, I got this. Hey, here's a cash deal. I just need like 10 days to go through it. I'll close in 2 weeks. Like, and you can kind of play on their like, their disappointment and their desire to close quickly, Then we got back on market, then we got expired. So these are properties that have not sold during their listing period. So what does that mean? So whenever a property gets listed on the MLS, there's a listing agreement between the seller and an agent. And typically these periods are like between about 6 months, maybe 3 months, 6 months. 12 months is pretty long, but 3 to 6 months is a listing period. So if the property doesn't sell during that listing period, well then the listing is just expired. It's gone. It ends, it's just off the MLS. Unless they choose to renew or whatever, something happens, right? And then there's canceled. Canceled is kind of like that weird thing. It's just like, maybe like the realtor and the agent, or the realtor and the homeowner like got in a fight and they hate each other and they're just like, I can't even deal with you anymore. You're unrealistic. Oh, you can't sell my house. Oh, you suck. And they're like, just cancel the listing, right? And that's just where they just cancel the listing, like, and then it's just over. Now, these two are amazing opportunities. I can't tell you, There's gold in these expired listings. I picked up a deal a year and a half ago. It was a deal that was listed in one of my zip codes, 45226, and it was one I had my eyes on it, man. I'm like, man, it's like right on the brink of like being a good deal, right on the brink of like being there. But it was a big rehab. And if you guys followed my journey, I just did a bunch of big rehabs, and I didn't really want to do another big one, but I knew that this was a good one. And it was listed on the MLS for $50,000. And it ended up just getting expired or canceled, or one of the two. So I reverse prospected, and I took the property address, went to our Hamilton County auditor site, typed it in, and saw the guy's name. It wasn't an LLC, it was just in his name. And I took his name, and it was Brandon something. Copy and pasted it. I put it in Facebook. And then I had a bunch of Brandon whatevers pop up. And I go through, I'm like looking for like mutual friends and like one that might say real estate. And I found a couple that were kind of close. And I just messaged them both. And I'm like, hey, I know this is random. I saw your house on Eastern, just expired today. Just out of curiosity, are you still interested in selling it? And he's like, yes. He's like, what do you have in mind? I'm like, well, I'm gonna go look at it. So I went and looked at it. I bought the house for $25,000. It was listed for $50,000. I bought it for $25,000. So like, that leads me to my next point, is I don't care what a property's ever listed for. I will offer, and I've offered tens of thousands above list, tens of thousands below list. List price does not matter. You just need to be submitting offers as often as you can on everything. So like when you're saying, it's like, I'm gonna underwrite the deal, and not, because remember, the last number that I'm gonna look for is this, right? Let's just do underwriting a deal. So, the first thing I wanna find out is the ARV, right? Times, we'll just go 70% for like the newness, right? So times 70% equals max all in. Right? Does that make sense, everybody? Max all in. So let's just say the ARV here is just 200K to make it easy. 70% of 200K. We'll do that. Yeah, 140. 140. Now, what is our max all in then? So our max all in.
Purchase, rehab, care.
Yep. Max. All the other city groups had this set up for me. So like I had an actual easel and a whiteboard. So, max all in. So this is it. So, max all in 140. So that is, we're gonna take out of here our rehab. So when we say rehab is two components make up rehab. I want you guys to know that, okay? The two components that make up the rehab are hard cost, I was gonna say hard cost, and soft cost. So when you hear hard costs, I want you to just think of like physically improving the property. Like what's it gonna cost to make it look pretty, right? Like what's it gonna cost to do the electric, do the bathrooms, do everything? That's a hard cost, right? So we'll just say it's 20K. And soft cost. What's it gonna cost me to borrow the money? What's it gonna cost me to keep the utilities on? What's it gonna cost me to keep the grass mown? Like what are these other costs that we don't think about, right? Like, what does that stuff cost? Here in this scenario, we're just gonna say it says 10,000 just for easy numbers, right? So my total here is 30K. 30K total, right, for rehab. So we take our 140 minus our 30K equals 110. 110. That is our max allowable offer.
Can you give yourself a price for that rehab that you came up with?
Yeah. So I would. So here's the deal. Is like, I mean, for me, I underwrite stuff at like 75%. But so 70% for sure on that end. Underwrite it there to be extra safe. But add a contingency on here, especially like you're just getting started. Add a 20% contingency, like.
What I do, I don't go to the Bible, so what I do, and it normally works, I do 10% of whatever the ARV is, that would be normally the soft cost. So borrow the loan, do what period of the loan, what the payments and all that, it normally comes pretty close to it, and they're about 10% off. So that's a good guideline. It's not Bibles, not gospel, to go quicker and less. But
Nah,
that's
I got this.
rule of thumb. So 10% of the ARV for the soft cost.
And
In that case, it'll be 20,000.
yeah, and also too, guys, you can get good at figuring out your soft costs, right? So typically, like, you know, we look at these deals and we know we're going to borrow at 12%. Well, 12% of 140,000 is $1,400 a month. Hey, how long is this rehab going to take? Well, I should take me, worst case scenario, it should take me 6 months. Cool, 1,400 times 6 months equals this. What's it going to cost to keep utilities on this? Blah, blah, put that in a spreadsheet. Hey, what's the insurance going to cost? Jarius, what's it going to cost? I don't know. Call a broker. Hey, Rob. Rob's my insurance guy. Rob, I want to buy this property. What's it going to cost to insure it? This is what it's going to cost, Jarius. Cool. Thank you, Rob, for giving me the answer that I needed and not having Jarius look up a number for me. Click. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can just underwrite it, and you get easy. It gets easier and better and better. But this is how we figure out like our max allowable offer. So I'll underwrite it like this, and I don't care what it's listed for. Because say it's listed for like 140, I'll submit an offer for 90, right? But say it's listed for 60, I'll submit an offer for like 65. Like, you know what I mean? Like as long as it works for me, I don't care at all what the listing price is. And I actually went through this in Austin, and when I was going through it, like, you guys know Lyle Wells. Lyle's in the group. He's kind of like an OG. Lyle was there, and he kind of was laughing, and I was like, what's so funny? He's like, I just bought 2 properties. He's like, I bought one for $70,000 off the MLS price and one for $100,000 off of MLS. And I'm like, wow, I could not have planned that speech better. And that's just the truth. It doesn't matter. This needs to be part of your routine. Now, on the next slide, I'm going to talk about strategies and versus kind of tools a little bit. This is a tool. This is a great buy source. The MLS has been slept on. We talk a lot about off market and this and that. The MLS is a great source to buy houses. And now with things not like, things are kind of like in a weird spot. Things are sitting a little bit longer. People can be motivated a little bit more. The MLS is a great spot to find houses.
That's how I got mine. I saved $25,000. Just asking, and then people go, "Oh, good luck finding something under $200,000 or under 200." And I even had wholesalers saying, "Good luck, you can go find that." I said, "I bought one." Well, not this year. Months ago. Don't listen to people what's in their head.
They don't know. We are the experts. Okay, what is this? Is delicious. It's so good. I thought it was gonna be like black coffee. I drank it and I felt like a kid again. I was like, man, it's Christmas. I feel good.
I had a realtor that when I was coming with low ball, ain't nobody gonna take them offers, blah, blah, blah. So I started betting. So he started losing the bet. Now he ain't got no problem with sending offers in.
See? That's what I'm saying. So, all right, so this is the hot sheet. Now, of this, there's one of these that is the most important thing that's on this list that you need to understand better than anybody else. Can anybody guess what it is? Out of all these statuses, which ones matter the most? Active, pending, sold, price reduction, back on market, expired, or canceled? Demont says sold.
I say expired.
Expired? Sold. Somebody from over here say something. Let's balance it up. Sold? Active? Okay. So, this is the one. Sold. So, this is why sold matters more than anything. Sold matters. It's where you become an expert. The sold comps, when I did this formula, guys, what's the very first thing that I wrote down to analyze this deal? ARV. The ARV sets the tone for everything. The ARV does not change. Because the ARV is the ARV. And this is why this number is so important to get right. And this is why this number can be tricky to get right. It deserves that much respect. We've got to be able to get this number really good, okay? This number, it stays the same. Your rehab number stays the same. We're not cutting corners to make deals work. That's when we lose, right? But the number that can change is what am I going to offer? That's a number that's not going to change, right? We can play with this number. This is our offer number. But the second we start messing with ARVs and the second we start messing with rehab numbers, is not good. Like, that's not good. That's like we're forcing a deal and like we're playing with fire. So when I say this is where you become an expert. These are your comps. This is the backbone of all your offers. Guys, this is like, I put this together not too long ago. And has anybody seen this? I put it in the wholesale course. So it's there, but I need to do it in the big group too. But this is the deal. Like, this is, I think back to like what made me really good about buying stuff back in the day when we were buying a ton of stuff. And it's like, I was just so diligent. Like, I knew what things sold for in all of my zip codes. So it was easy to transition that into like my buy and hold business. Like, I knew my comps. I knew whenever something got listed in my zip codes, I knew what a 3.2 sold for. And like I was saying earlier, like, I know what a 2.2 sold for. I know what these rent for. I know what the days on market are. I know that these are mostly buy levels in this zip code. I know that these houses are typically built in the 70s. I know these houses are a little bit older. Like, I knew everything about these zip codes. And not only that, I took the time to it should be in the wholesale course. It's my property tracker sheet where I would put them down in my spreadsheet and I would visit the property again. I want to see who bought it, the investor name. Because guess what? That's my cash buyer list. I want to see who the investor bought it for. I want to see what they bought it for. I want to see what the end result. Was it a flip? If it was a flip, what did it sell for? Is it a rental? Was it a rent? Okay, how much did they rent it for? Was it an owner occupant? Cool, that's cool. That's awesome too. I want to track this data. And not only do I want to track that data, I want to go see the properties, right? I want to go drive by it. And hopefully they're working on it, or hopefully somebody's there. But I want to go and be an expert here. This is the backbone of your offer. Like, you can make so many great contacts, especially if you are wholesaling and you want to build a cash buyer list, that your list is right there. Like, one thing that I'm always going to talk about with all of you guys, and I mean, I can preach 100 different ways to make money with systems and automation and all that stuff. But in the beginning, when I started doing real estate, I was so broke, I had no money at all. And I want to really just teach you guys the easiest way to get into real estate with little to no money, so there is no excuse. But your time and effort will be your currency. So what I'm asking you to not give me in money, I'm asking you to give me in grit and time and commitment. That's the trade-off. That's what I did. That's what I had to do. And that's the only trade-off. Now, some of you might have good jobs and you want to like automate and do all this other stuff. Cool. I'm not really talking to you. Like, you're in a different thing. Like, I want to bring the person up that has nothing and it feels like they're stuck and helpless and be like, no, I was there. I went through every single rank of eating crap and like everything you could have. Like, from nothing and nothing at all to wholesaling my first deal, wholesaling some more, building a wholesale business, buying and wholesaling apartments, buying and holding, then flipping houses. I thought that was the answer, and that was a mess. And then now buying and holding, and now buying the hotels and buying these apartments. Like I've been through the journey. Like, there's nothing anybody can say. So this is something that costs little to no money. Like, literally gas money. It's like gas money, just in some effort and some consistency, right? And this is the part too that everybody's gonna hate. It's like, people will get in the academy and they'll like message me. They're like, Jarius, got in the academy 6 minutes ago. I need to go buy a house. I'm like, oh, okay, 6 minutes. Cool, that's awesome, man. But like, if I could tell anybody anything, especially like starting out, is like, once we've really dove in and know our zip codes, if we just sat here and lived in these hot sheets in this area where we are analyzing these deals for 60 to 90 days, and we're making an effort to go out and look at the properties and really understand and study the data and study the information for 60 to 90 days. And I say, all I want you to do is just study. I want you to read the posts. I want you to comment on the wins. I want you to like everything. I want you to tell how great Ariel is, how great everybody is, like all these amazing stories. And I just want you guys to watch them and just congratulate everybody. But I want you to be patient, because your story is different than Okino's story. Your story is different than T. Marie's story. Your story is different than Danny's story, than Dave Mahoney. Your story is different than everybody's story. Like, my story sucks. Like, I see like what I did, what took me 10, 12 years to do, you guys are doing in like months, like, you know, a year. Like, the fact like Okino's closing on a hotel. Man, it took me like 10 years to buy a hotel. This sucks. Like, what am I doing here? I'm over here trying to help people, and like, no. Like, Okino's one of the most generous people in the world. But like, this is what, you know, like, this is what happens when you get in rooms like this, and you get help from people like me or like Nate. Like my story lives on through all of you guys. Like, that's exciting, but you just got to be patient. And I don't know like who needs to hear that, but like the patience is so, so important. And when it hits, it's going to hit and you're gonna feel it. And it's gonna be like, holy cow, I've waited so long for this. Like my favorite example is like Danny Essop, man. Danny was in the group watching forever, for like a year and a half. And Danny was just like doing HVAC stuff. And I'm like I'm talking to him, I'm trying to give him some help with stuff. And then he's like, I'm going all in. He's like, I'm gonna quit my job and do real estate. Quit his job and did real estate. And then he's like, Jarius, I need work. So I'm like, crap, all right, got you, man. So I found a bunch of, I'm like, you can help me do all this and like whatever else. And then I noticed that he couldn't do any of my bigger jobs that involved like a ladder, like nothing like big physically, but that involved like moving stuff. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, I just have a car. And like I had my van, like I bought my van when I was like in my wholesaling prime, like it was my baby. I loved my van. It like, helped me with everything. And I'm like, I had my van there and I'm like, you know what, Danny? Here's the title of my van. Like, you can just have it. I was like, you can have it, just pay it forward some other time, right? Gave it to him. He went and just grinded out way more jobs. Got super busy with other people because that opened him up to do more work and he made more money. And not to say he still wasn't doing great, but he was getting by, right? But he always made time to help me, which was like so grateful for that. And Danny would always be the first to comment on everybody's posts. Always the first to congratulate. Always the first to high five. Always the first to do all this amazing stuff. Celebrating everybody's win. While other people could be like, man, I just feel so bad for myself. This sucks. I don't have any deals. Everybody's doing so good. I'm working so hard. I just have to do this. Like, this is tough. The circumstances are this. Like, Danny never said anything. Even if he was feeling it, right? He never put that out there. And now Danny not only closed on his first BRRRR, he's also closed on a house that he's flipping. It took him his story was like 2 years in the making. It was not easy. Is that worth is Danny a failure because it took him 2 years to get 2 deals? No. Are you kidding? Like, you don't lose unless you stop. Like, that's the truth. So we're all writing our own stories right now. Like, I love the Quitter Club. I think the Millionaire Club's cool. I think that's all amazing. But I just want the Consistency Club. Like, who am I going to see all the time? Like, that's the club that wins, guys. And it all starts with this, like, 60, 90 days. Like, if I could tell anybody anything, it's just like, don't do anything. Find your area, go through the academy, find your areas, and just live in these sold comps for 60, 90 days. Meet the people in the neighborhood, meet your council meetings, like, do this, and you're gonna come out armed so much more powerful than so many other people. And it makes a difference. It just makes such a big difference. So does this all make sense, guys? Just adding the hot sheets and all that kind of stuff? Cool. So I'm going to segue into another training. And is that cool? Yeah. All right, we're going to do another one real fast here. Not real fast, but as long as it takes. What time do we have to leave?
They close at 7, but I think we got till 8.
Okay, good. All right, well then I want to make sure I get this done. Ariel, I might just have to give you these contractors and we'll have to do it on Zoom or something. I'm going to give you the email.
Okay.
We'll call them. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll do something. We'll do something special. I want to do this.
And then we can do that, and I can talk to Daniel, and then maybe we can make like a, you were saying like a Zoom call.
Yeah, we can do a Zoom. We can all call them together. But all right, let's hit this up. So, how to win in today's market. This is something I want to hit up real quick. So, first thing is like, why are we here? Right? We've all heard like, what's our why? What are we doing here? Maybe some of us need like a refresher. Maybe like it doesn't drive us as much as it should. And this is just something that's like, I did like MLM stuff forever, and it was like, people were like, what's your why? What's your why? And like, it's a real thing. Like, what drives you? Why? What makes you want to be great? Like, what do you want to do it for? And it's like, it can't just be like money, because here's the deal: is like, not having money sucks. And like, when you don't have money, you just always think about having money because you don't have it. Now, that's not very fulfilling, because like once you get the money, it's just like, now what, right? Because like I always thought that like money would make me happy. Like, right? I was gonna say, like, I'd make a lot of money. I could buy cool stuff. And I could do all this cool stuff. Like, could have cool cars and all that other stuff, right? Like, you guys watch. Like, man, I grew up with like Cash Money and Birdman, and we've got TVs in the steering wheels, right? You see all that stuff, right? Everything, and you're like, man, that's life. Like, that is life right there. And like, I got so engraved in thinking like that's what you have to have. Or like, my rims need to keep spinning no matter what. Like, that's it. Like, if I don't have that, I suck, right? Like, I want to get a grill. Like, I need everything. So you think that stuff, but here's the deal. Like, I can promise you, like, once you actually make money, it's not like money like doesn't do anything. The only power that money gives you is freedom of choices, and it's to do whatever you want. And I went on a Rolex buying spree, and I bought them, and they were super cool for like a week. Cool, I have a thing now. But like, what's way cooler is like, the money that could buy me the fact that like I can coach all my kids' football stuff, right? All the sports stuff. Every year, Mike and I throw a party for our kids. Like his son Max and Gabe, my son, we're like 10 days apart. They hang out all the time, and they play football at different schools. But we get them to play like our schools together for a special night, and everybody calls it like the Jarius and Mike Bowl. And we bring DJs, we bring open bar, we bring fireworks. We light off better fireworks in the city of Madeira. Matt lit them off this year. It was awesome. Like, we have Kona Ice. All the kids are like, the Kona Ice is free, and I'm like, it's free for you. Like, we're on baseball, just like everything's free for everybody, right? But like, that's the kind of stuff that like brings joy. Like, that's better. That felt better than going to buy my first watch. Like, that's cool. Like, all the kids love it. Being able to like give back and pour back, and honestly, getting to be able to do stuff like this, like. I like doing this. People are like, well, why do you want to go do it? I'm like, why not? Like, I'm finishing up one house. Like we said earlier, like I want to be a part of everybody's journey. Like I like, this impact is way more powerful than like another notch on my own belt. Like, I can go do more deals if I want, but like, I'm good. I've hit past it. I'm at 20 grand a month after everything. Like, I'm good. I don't need to do anything. Like, I've done this. I'm not that person that went and did like 6 or 7 deals and is like, follow me if you want to learn the journey. And I'm like, what journey are you talking about? Journey to Home Depot? Like, what do you do? Like, you don't have a journey. You haven't done anything. But whatever. Okay. So, what are your goals? This is important. Generational wealth, time freedom, retire your family, make lots of money, whatever. Focus on the outcome. There's another thing too I like to talk about is like, what's your rich life? So, do you guys ever listen to Ramit Sethi? He's amazing. He was on Tim Ferriss like years ago, and I love him, and I love what he talks about too. My whole rule in life, like I can't stand these people. The person that's like, to make $1 million, stop going to Starbucks every single day and take that money and compound it 18 times, and then you do this and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, that's crazy. I was like, I'm not good. I like to go to Starbucks sometimes. Sometimes I want to make my own coffee. Sometimes I want to get guacamole at Chipotle. Woo, that's gonna set me back years, right? Like, no, like I'm putting in this work. Like, I want to live, man. I'm good. So, like, what's your rich life look like? So, just as important as what your why is, and 90% of the times, like, your why is super selfless, right? It's for other people. It's to serve and give back. But like, what's your rich life look like? Like, for me, like, one of the things I want to do in my rich life is like, I could probably do it now, but I don't know. I guess it's still kind of intimidating. It's not even that crazy. It's just so stupid, but it's something I want to do. Like, I just want to like go fly somewhere and then not pack anything, and then just go to the mall and just buy everything I'm gonna wear, and then just like wear it, and then just like ship back to Cincinnati. Or like, I just want to like get on a plane and just go wherever I want to go, and like not have to like worry about moving luggage, which is like weird. I know, it's so stupid. There's like a service that does that, but like, I mean, it's something like that. Like, I don't know, like what is it you want to do that, what does it look like for you? Like, do you always want to fly first class? Do you always want to go eat dinners at this place every single Wednesday that's really expensive or whatever? Like, what does that look like? So, before all that though, this is the whole point of this is like how to succeed in today's market, right? And a big part of this is just like I want like some focus, right? What does it take to be great? Damon, what does it take to be great? I like that. Just listening. What's your name? Eli.
Consistency, grit, knowledge.
All right, cool. All right, you guys are all gonna say consistency, so let's move on. All right, so effort. All right. So let's look at the people like this. We got LeBron, basketball, Tiger Woods, golf, Serena Williams, tennis, Wayne Gretzky, hockey. Like, what do all these people have in common? They definitely failed a lot, for sure. What else? They're greatest. Greatest, right?
They're all number one.
You're right. They're all number one. Muhammad Ali. I know. I was going to put Michael Jordan on there, and I was like, I know. I'm from Canton, man. I got to put LeBron on. Like, that's a Canton thing. I watched LeBron play at St. Vincent. It was crazy. Shaq was at that game. It was crazy. No, they're all the best at what they do, right? Now, all right. I moved some slides around. But so, basically, they're all the best at what they do. And the other part of this is they fall under a category, right? All of these fall under a category of sports, right? So sports is the macro, right? And then basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, like these are the micro, right? They fall within this. So like we have this. We have this is sports. Oh. Did I spell that right? That looks, doesn't that look, oh, all right. SP. Sports. I was like, that's confused. Sports, right? No, so this is sports. I know. Sports. Baseball. We got, I don't know, a hockey puck, right? All the little stuff in here. Basketball, right? Oh, these are all the little things inside sports, right? Sports is the macro. These are like the little ones, right? Now, let me see here. All right. So now, did Wayne Gretzky get great at hockey by playing golf every day? Oh, all right. No? Okay. Did Tiger Woods get great at golf by playing football every day? No, right? No? All right. So, all of these people, even though they're all athletes, right? They all had sports. They chose what sport they wanted to be the best at, right? The one sport they wanted to dominate at. The one sport they wanted to cry, bleed, do whatever it took to be the greatest at, right? They made a decision, and they stayed so focused on being the greatest at that single sport within the category. So, any questions or comments about that?
I disagree.
Why?
About what it takes to be good. I'm gonna go back to the military. All it takes is showing up.
Yeah. Okay.
Show up. You don't have to be the best. Some days you're not gonna be consistent. They just show up. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did Tiger Woods show up to play football?
No, not show up.
Okay, but
Not with that kind
okay, but we can all agree that they were pretty focused on what their sport was.
Yes, sir.
And showing up is, people say it's half the battle, but it's right 90%. Like, if you don't want to go do it, but you go there and do it, like, you're gonna go, like, you just got it, you got to do it. Yeah, showing up is huge, definitely. But any other questions or comments about any of that?
So what are you basically saying? Stay focused on real estate?
Stay tuned. No, hold on, we're getting there. Matt, so this was the deal. Matt was making me put these in my slides. He's like, you take too many questions and you interact with the audience too much. He's like, you need to go through these a lot faster. And he's like, you need to put slides up that where they can specifically ask questions. And I'm like, okay, Matt. So I started doing it, and then I deleted them because I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I want to interact, and I guess I didn't delete this one. So sorry, Matt, wherever you went, you missed it. But I'm like, this is how I like to do it. Like, I don't know. We don't like talk to you. That's what I do. I don't know. That's what I said. That's all right. So, what do they all have commitment? So, they all had laser-like focus. They made a commitment, right? So, everybody's heard of making a to-do list, right? How about we make like a to-don't list? Like, things I'm not going to do. Like, saying no is a really, really powerful thing. Like, my phase of life where I had the most growth was the phase where I did nothing. I had no life. I watched my friends go through social media on from 2010 to 2016 or 17. They went on cruises, and they get to go on these cruises because they were in a band and they got to like play for like Script, Train, I don't know, like Lifehouse, like all these different bands. They'd go on VH1 cruises, and they're like, you can get free tickets, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like, they went on all these free cruises, and I'm like Friday night, I'm like, handyman special. Oh, we buy houses, cash. Oh gosh, these houses smell really bad. And they're like, yeah, we just hung out with Michael Fonte, and I'm like, cool. I just got cat poop on my foot. Like, that's awesome. Like, I think I have bed bugs. I don't know. They came from this house I went to. But like, man, my commitment, like there's nothing that anybody was gonna tell me during those beginning years that was gonna take away or stop me from doing what I had to do. I knew wholesaling was real. I've seen it work for some people, right? And I knew that if I just ate crap for 5 years, I could have a really, really good life. Like, I knew that if I could spend this 5 years being a really, really good wholesaler and fixing my credit, saving money, building these relationships, I can do it. Like, I put my head down and I had to do it. I had no choice. I had no plan B. I graduated 311th out of 320 kids. My GPA was a 1.53. After high school, my guidance counselor was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, go to college, because that was the right answer. And then he was like, do you have any more realistic expectations? So then I went and joined the Army. like I was saying, like, I had nothing. I had to make this thing work, right? Like, I had no choice. So I was like too dumb to figure out why I couldn't, right? So like saying no, like there's going to be seasons and phases in your life where you just need to say no for things that maybe you used to say yes to, or that you really want to say yes to. But understand, this is temporary, right? If I can get you to understand that we can just eat crap and like suffer a little bit, not even like real suffering. Like, our definition of suffering here, like in this country, is just like so off. Like, suffering, oh, Trader Joe's was out of the mini ice cream cones. This isn't even fair. Oh, like, dude, like, what's just not fair? Like, stop. All right, our environment, same thing. Hang out with people that are better than you. Like, I mean, like, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. I don't even like the Chiefs. I don't know why I said him, but Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, right? But what does he do? He finds people that are better than him at like strength training or whatever, that can run better than him, that can do better things. And all these little people that do things better than each other, but maybe that are the best at what they do, they all come together and they make him better because they're around him, right? Hanging around people that are better than you. Like, this community, this group is so stinking powerful for that. It's just so powerful. Like, getting to hang out with Okino. Like, it's amazing he came today. Like he's always pouring back into people and helping people. Like, everybody in here is always like leveling up. Knowledge, understanding exactly what you want to do. That's the focus and commitment, right? Now, what do we have in common? Like what do we do? Like, what's our thing? Like, we talk about like Wayne Gretzky and the sports and all that kind of stuff, but like, what can I pour into like that can change my life? Like, I believe that the great equalizer is real estate. I think real estate's like the great equalizer, the greatest equalizer on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, boy or girl or whatever. And none of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. I'm not saying there's not challenges on different things or whatever, but I'm saying that you typically, like, it does not matter, right? It's real estate. Now let's talk about real estate. Real estate is, remember this is sports, this big category? Here's real estate. This is real estate. This is the circle. All right. I've got BRRRR, I've got Airbnb arbitrage, I've got creative financing, rental arbitrage, creative finance, sub 2 land contracts, buying notes, lease options, storage units, section 8, hotels, apartments, gator lending, astro flipping, assisted living. I've got all of these subcategories. Gosh, man, that's a lot of greatness. That's a lot, right? Well, I want to be good at all these. Like, I should be able to do all these, right? Like, I'm special. Like, I only need to like really analyze deals and understand BRRRR method like half the time. But man, somebody over here is like, oh my gosh, somebody just posted they did an Airbnb arbitrage with no money out of pocket. Oh, well, I know that I want to learn how to buy rentals and BRRRR properties, but like, that seems really interesting. I want to go dive into that. Hey, DM sent, tell me more. Hey, have you guys ever heard of assisted living? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's so great. Cool, I want to learn more. I'm like, cool, like, aren't you still trying to buy your first deal? Like, where do you want to go? I'm not saying don't do this, but I think it might be the next slide. Oh, yeah. So I'm just saying there's a lot of shiny objects in real estate, and all of these methods can make money. All of these are legitimate. I'm not saying any of them are not. I will say astro flipping and sub 2, gator lending or whatever, like, astro flipping is just daisy chaining a bunch of deals. I think it's ridiculous. And gator lending is just transactional funding. So, like, you know, you can dress the pig up in a skirt, but it's still a pig in a skirt. Like, it's just they're just the best marketers on the planet. Like, it doesn't matter. So, like, these are all legitimate. I'm not saying any of them are wrong. I'm just asking, what do you want to do? That's it. And I want you to want to do it and be the best at it. So, where you focus your time, where you focus your time and attention matters. Okay? Where you focus your time and attention matters. This is your most valuable asset when starting out. When you're starting out, your time and attention equal money. Now, who in the academy's been here less than a month? Got 4 people here. How about less than like 2 months? 4, 5, so 5. Okay, 5 people. So this is my thing. I love celebrating the wins. I love being a part of all that stuff and seeing it all. I'm not doing that. I was kidding. No, I like how you did that. I have a watch on. Thank you. It's like so professional even here. All right, here's the thing, guys. In the beginning, when you're starting out, it's so important for you guys to be focused on what you want to do. And it's so important, I've been talking about it for almost 2 hours and like really like kind of getting it in there, right? You're going to see a lot of things in this community, like people posting about hotel deals or posting about apartments or posting about creative financing or posting about whatever, right? And that's cool. That's like their thing. Like they've earned the badge to kind of get up to that level. Like, you know, like Okino's kind of like closing on stuff. Ariel's kind of crushing it, right? Like we got like, and everybody's kind of in different spots. The thing that I just want us to be aware of when we're typing like DM sent, info, please tell me more, is just like, am I ready for that right now? Is this my strategy that I want that's going to get me to my end game? I'm not saying there's not a time and a place for it, but I want us to really understand what it takes to get to that level. And I can promise you, doing one thing great is hard. Doing 10 things, even okay, is nearly impossible, and you will get nothing done. It will end up with, none of this works, real estate is hard, it only works for people like Nate, only works for people like David, only works for people like whatever, right? Like, and that's not true. It's just where we were focusing our time and attention, we're not in the right places. We didn't give it the attention and the consistency and the commitment it deserved. And like, I want you guys to understand, like, all of this works. Danny, again, was not like, man, this stinks, real estate doesn't work, it's really hard, I can't do it. I need to go find an Airbnb arbitrage deal. I need to go find a sub 2 deal. I need to go find a whatever. No, Danny had one mission. Danny had one goal. That's to find his first deal. I'm not even saying using the BRRRR method, but like finding his first deal that's going to be his buy and hold deal. Like that was Danny's first deal. And he did not sway. He did not move in any other direction. Nothing could tell him anything different, but being so focused on that one strategy he wanted to be great at. And guess what? He did it. He bought 2. It took him 2 years. Some of us can't even wait 2 weeks. Some people are like, the academy unlocks on a drip. I've been in for 2 months. I need all the information now. And I'm like, well, I mean, like, you're 62 and like you waited all this time to get into real estate and you just can't wait 13 weeks for us to give you all this information. Like, you have to have it now. Like, now. We just need it now. Like, guys, like, it's not, it's just like, it's just not how that works, right? Stay focused. Don't diversify. Jarius, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Like, yeah, you're right. But they became a millionaire by one stream of income. I didn't start doing anything different. I invest in the hotels now. I have restaurants. I invest in like graphic novels. I invested in I invest in like anything that like makes sense, where I follow, like have a passion with people or whatever. Like I did not even think about doing that until I had over $8 million of my own properties, my own that I own entirely, right? Until I had over like $3 or $4 million sitting there. Like I got so focused on doing real estate, I looked up and I was like, dang, I got a lot of money. I'm like, that's cool. Like, that's crazy. This is nuts. I just stayed so focused on it. You have to stay focused. Diversification is a lie. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's just a lie. Like, I even to this day, I have 3 units that are Airbnbs. And I was like, oh, I can kind of manage them and I can make them turnkey. And they were pretty simple. But again, the thing that I care about more than anything right now, right? This is what I care about, is my time. I don't want to spend 1 second doing something I don't want to do. I'm here because I want to be. I'm on all the calls because I want to be. The second it's not fun for me or I don't want to do it, I'm gone. Like, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I don't need to. But I'm here because I want to. I love it. Like, only an idiot would drive around Texas in 3 days and hit 3 cities and leave with like 3 hours of sleep. Like, I like doing this, so I'm going to keep doing it. But the thing is, like the Airbnb stuff, even though I have good systems and stuff in place, somebody contacted me about a washer and dryer not working, and then like the power bolt like ran out of batteries or something. And like, I want nothing to do with it. I literally was just like, cancel all the stays. I don't want anybody staying in these Airbnbs ever again. I don't want to take a call again. But then somebody hit me up and they're like, can I arbitrage your Airbnb? And I'm like, give me this amount every single month. I don't care, whatever. And it's been working great. But like, I could have managed it and made an extra $1,000 a month probably, or $1,500 or whatever. But I just don't want to. Like, my time and attention matters more than anything. And in the beginning, like, it's all my new people, all my old people, all my people that have been in here for a while, or anybody needs a reset. Like, sometimes we just need to understand how powerful our time is. Like, we have to understand that. And what focuses our attention is a big deal. We got to stop chasing the shiny objects. Like, 1 week it's storage units. Next week, Bitcoin's on a rally. Next week, I got Airbnbs. You guys see the new NFTs? Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Oh, I got the new Kanye's. They're impossible to get. Oh, I'm going to go buy some more hotels. And I'm speaking to the people that aren't where they want to be right now. They want to get that first deal. Like, I can promise you right now, the formula to not getting your first deal or your second deal or your 5th deal is by trying to do 5 things at the same time. Even like 3 things at the same time. Get really, really good at underwriting your zip codes. Be patient, and it will come. It will come. It just will. It's impossible for it not to. I did it. I'm not even special. I don't understand it. It's crazy. Like, if I can do it, literally anybody can do this stuff. Stop chasing this stuff. And I say it again, it's not like you can't make money doing these. It's just, I'm asking you to ask yourself, what do I want to give most of my attention to? Do I want to stay in the community, be engaged, go through the trainings again, really nail this stuff down, or really get this really, really, really solid? Or do I want to go buy silver bullion in bulk? Then what do you want to do? Just do it. But I can promise, like, you're not going to be able to do all of it well. So it's not a matter of which one works. It's a matter of which one will I work on. Okay? All of them work. They all have a place. But which one deserves and will get your time and energy? That's what I want you to figure out. So, all right. So, you're different, right? So, we're different people here. Average people get average results. They live average lives. They take average vacations. They give averagely. They throw average parties. Who's been in Nate's house for a party? They're pretty fun. Who's been at my house for a party? Yeah, I mean, we like to have parties. Me and Mike like to throw parties. And that's like our thing. Is like, we just love throwing parties. Like, any reason to have a party, like, we'll have a party. Like, it doesn't matter. It does.
Say be allergic to average.
Who says that?
I heard it on my motivational.
Yeah. Average people get average results. None of us are like, here's the deal. It's like, none of us are like, hey, I want to join this academy and I want to be average. Right? No, we're all great. Everybody in this room is different. Like, we all have to remember that. And that's what makes events and meetups like this, even when I'm not here, it does not matter. But events around each other like this, they all matter so much because every day we go out in the real world, and we get beat up. People tell us we're crazy. We get sellers that tell us no. Like, with all the good, there's 10 times bad. Like, all that's out there, right? And we come in here to pour into each other because we can talk in our safe space and we get it. Like, I'm just like, man, Nate, I just had a deal fall out of escrow. Man, it was supposed to close and this happened. Or, man, I just had this guy do this and this happened. Like you guys we get each other. But we say that out there and our family's like, yeah, why didn't you go to school? Oh, why are you doing that? You're an engineer. Why do you want to do real estate? Oh my gosh. Like, like they don't get it the way that we get it. But we also don't get, hey, I don't want to work 40 years. This is a joke. I've been like lied to. Like, this isn't real. Things are changing rapidly. And whether or not they want to believe it, like, it's up to them. But this really is an amazing opportunity right now that we have for, buying real estate, getting educated, even just like doing, getting a few deals, just supplementing our income. Like, that's incredible. But we're not average. We don't do average things. So, which leads to this. Okay, you guys, being average is easy, right? Being great isn't. All right, and so it takes some work, right? What makes this business so powerful is we wear 3 hats in real estate. This is what I believe. One hat is we're a salesperson. And I put down books that I really like that help get you better at these, right? Salesperson. I think the best book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. One of the best books ever. That book should be read every month, like your audiobook. One of the best books ever. So we're salespeople. Second is we're entrepreneurs, right? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's I know Ned talks about that in the academy. But How to Win Friends and Influence Others is my wholesale thing. I definitely talk about that. And we're business owners. As a business owner, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest books. And like, what's crazy is like, all of these books are so old, but they still like outlive any other book that's out there. Like, there's other great books out, but I mean, these are the foundations. Like, who here has read all 3 of these? Yeah. Who here has read one of them? Good. All right. Good. I think these are all like books that will make you even better at all these. But we wear 3 hats here, guys. We're entrepreneurs, we're business owners, and we're salespeople. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you're not a salesperson. You're not good at sales, right? We are. Like, there's an element of this that is selling. Like, whether or not you want to believe it, like, we're selling these homeowners to sell us their house. We're selling this relationship with a vendor. We're selling this. Like, selling is a lot of different things, right? But once you can get really good at comfortable with that, you know what? Do you know what an average person's favorite word is? It's their name. It's hearing their name. So, yeah, it's their name. Like, it's their name. So.
Actually, after reading that, I made a point to speak because I always was told like I'm really bad. I actually like failed speech capacity also. Anyways, they said in there to name people's names. So when I find out like somebody's like name, especially like if I'm in Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere I'm going, I speak to them directly and say their name.
Always.
So, and I'll even on the phone, I'll say their name back to them, and then it catches some people off guard because they don't pay attention. I'll be like, what's your name?
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was last week, but I was talking to the young lady and I mentioned her name. She's like, how you know my name? It's like a name tag.
I know. Man, I'm telling you.
It's so thrown off.
Guys, these 3 books are worth more than any degree at any school. I don't even care what anybody says. Those 3 books, along with like implementing in settings like this, or like community like this, are so powerful. I mean, unless you want to go be like an engineer or doctor or like something super specific. Like, when I hear people are like, I went to business school, and I'm like, ooh, cool. You went to business school. So these are the 3 hats we wear, right, guys? So this is different. It's like, who all has looked at it like this before? Like, does that make sense?
Well, I think it comes down to like, I think you're always down to sales because you're always trying to sell yourself in the same
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what you're trying to create a brand new product and not yourself. So like, I feel like fighting
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So a lot of these slides have come, like so many PowerPoints and stuff have come from a lot of like self-reflection. Like I always want to try to put new things out there. Like, and I know there's a value in like a lot of the old coaching stuff I do, but I want to also bring some new stuff that I feel is like what has made me successful and try to put it into here. And I think this is part of it. Oops, I didn't even put step 1. But so one of the first things I want you guys to be super aware of when you get started, who here has like a business plan? Put your hand up high. All right, cool. All right, business plan. Guys, where do you want to invest? Why do you want to invest there? What's the ARV? What's the rents? What's the growth? What are your finishes? Everything. Tell me why. Tell me why. It's like the Backstreet Boys song in my head. I was like, tell me why. No, what's your business plan look like? Like, have we sat down? Because remember, we're 3 hats. We're entrepreneurs, we're salespeople, we're business owners. Well, a business owner that doesn't have a business plan is broke, right? I challenge all of you guys, write down what your business plan is. Put it in the group and tag me. Think about it. Look at the next couple days. What's your business plan, right? What does it look like? Like mine, super simple. Oh, wait, all that's the foundation of your business. For me, my business plan, my mission statement is just like, at Homes by Cityscape, we make luxury apartments available. It was something like that. I couldn't remember exactly. But as Homes by Cityscape, we make luxury housing available, luxury apartments affordable. It's written down somewhere, but I just threw this together real quick today. But that's how involved I am in it, right? I don't want to give it any of my time. I don't care. Somebody else does all this stuff, so whatever. I built it all. Somebody else can finish it. That's fine. I just get paid. So it's just basically like affordable luxury living. That's like my mission statement. That's like what I want to deliver. Like I mentioned earlier, you have all those new builds, right? And then there's got to be that demand for something below it that's still nice without sacrificing, but is more affordable. That's like the ballpark I play in. I find that the best market that I like to be in is like that first-time homebuyer-ish market, right? Like somewhere like in Cincinnati, the ARVs are typically 250 to 350. Like I do really well there. What's cool though is like now my stuff that is worth like 325, 350 in the next few years is going to be like 450, 500. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're buying right, it does that and it climbs and climbs and climbs. So like, what's your mission statement? What's your business plan? Like, what is that? We talk about transitioning from hard money to private money. Guys, imagine how powerful this is. Like, man, you have a business plan. You have a laser clear vision, focus on where you want to go. You have a business plan, right? Like, hey, oh my gosh, so what do you do? Oh, what do you do? You know what? Actually, I invest in real estate. I invest in real estate down in downtown Cincinnati in Evans Center and these neighborhoods, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, what do you do? Oh, cool, I'm a doctor, blah, blah, blah. Cool, so real estate. There's never a time where they're like, oh, real estate, must be tough. These rates are hard. I'm like, yeah, I mean, actually, they're not that bad. I'm already borrowing money at like 10% on all my stuff. When I'm rehabbing them and doing them, it hasn't really slowed anything down. The rents have kind of helped keep up with it. And they're like, well, you pay 10% for money or 12% for money or whatever. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm looking for passive partners every once in a while, but for right now, I'm nothing right now. Like, you kind of just like bring it up nonchalant. Like, what do you do? I help people passively invest in real estate. Oh, that's cool. So like, oh, where do you invest? Well, man, I like this area here. I invest here because of this. This is what I see, man, the growth. This is what's happened in the last 5 years. Like, you have like your pitch together. I want to do an exercise or a training where we like put together our pitch for money, but our pitch isn't a pitch. It's just talking, right? Like my neighbors are doctors and I was with them the other night. And they're always just like, let us know when we can invest. And I can tell you, man, nobody ever wants to give you something more than when you say no like 500 times. He's like, still taking a break. I'm like, still taking a break. He's like, okay. Let me know when you're ready. I'm like, not ready. Like, still not ready. But like, it's just like, we don't ever need to beg for that kind of stuff. Like our work, our photos, our resume, the stuff we're putting out speaks for itself. And also the education, like being here in this group, this, as far as I'm concerned, like this stuff counts as a deal, right? Like this education counts so much more than you guys understand. Like, especially when you actually plug in to the groups, to the meetups, to all this stuff that you have, it's so stinking powerful. Like I did a lot of this like by myself. I did a lot of it learning from people I wholesaled from, right? Like this is so nice to have this community that we can lean in on. Next thing is what's my commitment? So, I'll work on my real estate business for 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week, whatever. So my thing for everybody is, like, who here has worked W-2s, like full time? Good, yeah, that's awesome. So here's the deal. This is something that I live by that has completely changed my life in the last like 6 months that I've been following it. It's this, it's that there isn't a problem that getting up earlier doesn't solve. So I spend a lot of my day reacting to things, right? Like reacting to posts, reacting to some stuff at the houses, this and that, right? So I don't really get a lot of time. I feel like that's not true. I would say like I don't have time to finish these PowerPoints. I just need more time to do these. I need more time for this, right? I didn't need more time. I just had to make it important enough to make time for it. Like if we all pulled out our phone right now and looked at our screen time, like I spend 5-6 hours a day on my phone. Like my screen time is ridiculous. Like that's time, right? That's real time. And all I'm saying is if we just commit 30 minutes a day for 7 days a week for us just to do real estate, whether we're going to cold call, whether we're going to door knock, whether we're going to do mailers, whether we're going to go through expired listings on the MLS, whether we're going to pull lists on Deal Machine and send postcards, virtually drive, like whatever the activity is, whether we're going to go and meet up together somewhere, or we're going to go to Lowe's and Home Depot and look at finishes, or we're going to go to a sheriff sale, or we're going to go to a council meeting, like 30 minutes a day. I just want it to be so simple and so not overwhelming. Like 30 minutes is great. And I know somebody's in here like, Jarius, I can do 2 hours a day. I'm like, cool, that's cool. I just want you to do 30 minutes. Because like, I just don't want to be that person like that goes to the gym for 2 hours Monday, goes to the gym for 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Wednesday. Then Thursday, they're like, oh, I deserve a break. I went 3 days in a row. Takes a break. Then Friday, they go for a half hour because they got kind of busy. Then they're like Saturday, they're like, oh, it's the weekend. Saturday, I'm going to skip it. Sunday, I'm going to go for a walk. And then Monday, I'm going to go for 2 hours. Then, then there's blah, blah. That person right there will never have the same results that person that says, I'm going to go for 30 minutes a day, every single day, no matter what. Because it's easy and it's attainable and it's consistent. Just think of that time that you block off in your calendar, that 30 minutes a day to get better. That's 30 minutes a day to get better. It's not that big of a deal. We give way more time to things that deserve way less of our time and attention. And we spend all day working for somebody else, building somebody else's dream, making them wealthy, helping them do everything. And then when you come home, you're going to go, oh, God, I'm exhausted. So let's turn on Squid Games. Like, what? Like, no. Like, if we block our time, like we all have units of time, we have to pick what's important. And maybe for a couple years, like maybe you do miss some sports games. Maybe for a couple years, you don't take a vacation like you used to. Maybe things change for a couple years. And maybe that's a conversation you have with your spouse. Honey, I love you so much. I'm really serious on this. I'm all in. I've got to give this some attention. Like, I got to give it some attention. I got to have this time to do it. So, like, I'm not going to be there for some of the games, or I need you to do drop off and pick up for a little bit more, or like whatever. But I really need this for 2 years, and I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Like, please just let me keep my head down and do this. And if they're just like, but we always go to Chili on Tuesdays. It's like, well, you can skip margaritas at Chili's. Like,
That would work. For 2 years straight, I was going to work when I just came to America, 2015, whatever, when I was after the army, I come back. I went to work in my backpack. I chose a job that I did overnight staying. I worked. People used to laugh, like not laugh, but they used to make fun of me. Staying at work. No parties. Got the girlfriend. Got all that shit out. Literally. Right after that, I exploded. The same people that talk shit, you're like asking me for advice now, So it's like sacrifice really works. People see the byproduct of what happened.
I know.
We don't really talk about what happened before, but that really worked. Put in the
I'm going through
sacrifice.
it now. I'm going through it now every day. Can we do this? We go into this, we do this, or whatever. And it's just like, no, because my commitment every day is right now like finishing up my rehab.
Yeah.
And whether I feel like or not, I'm getting my 3 kids in the car, bootstrapping up to get this thing done. So yeah, I totally feel like
and they see that and they're watching you.
Yeah.
and they understand that work ethic. So it does not for me, for the first like half of it, it was just me. I didn't have a kid until like the second half, and the second half, I literally brought him with me to throw signs in the middle of the night. Like, I swear to God, he was in the car seat at 3 a.m. I'm throwing signs with like a baby set in a car seat in the back. Like, I don't even know, this is like crazy. But like, I look back and I'm like, what did I do? Like, it's just nuts. But like, it's worth it. The suck is so temporary. It does not worth it. It's totally worth it. You have to just make the commitment that you're going to do it. And when I say 30 minutes a day, it's not even that much. Like just make the commitment to go through this stuff. Like, maybe it's just like being on a coaching call a bit longer, or like asking the question or whatever. Like you just got to decide. Like, you just have to decide to do it. Oops. Is that the same? Oh, all right. So let's audit our time. Like, and this is a question I always ask. Like, write down, like, what does your perfect day look like? And it doesn't have to be like the day you're having today, but like, what does a perfect day look like for you? Like, my perfect day is honestly a day I just like wake up and do whatever I want to do. And I'm like kind of like living my perfect day. It's like, it's kind of neat. This is like, I just want to like get up when I'm done sleeping. I'm not saying I'm going to sleep in all day, but like get up when I'm done sleeping, like maybe go dig a pond in my backyard, or like, go hang out. I don't even know, but like my perfect day, it definitely does not include somebody telling me I have to be somewhere at a certain time to do something I don't want to do. That's definitely not my perfect day. Like, not for me, not going to do it. And I know that being focused on real estate and finding my goal is going to help, because like, I'm not tall, I'm not athletic, I'm not super smart, but guess what? None of that matters for real estate, because I'm just super committed and I stayed so focused and I refused to stop and lose. And I get to win. And not only do I get to win, like, I make like pretty good money. Like, for somebody with my credentials, like, and I still, man, if I want to go turn it up right now, I'll go pick up 5 deals. Like, I'll put my head down for 45 days and go make $30,000, maybe even more. I mean, I could make 30 on that one deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go out and make more money, but at some point it's like, you're like, you work really hard you make 5,000 a month, and you're like, oh, that's cool. I just need to make 10. Then you make 10. You're like, 10's cool. I need to make 15. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, I make 15. 15 is cool. Now I need to make 20. Oh, 20 is cool. Now I need to make 25. Like, you gotta just figure out like what's enough for you. Like, when is it enough to kind of like stop and hang out? If it's important to you, you'll find time. It's okay to say no, right? Like, it's okay to say no to people. Like, I say no to a lot of people, like, that are like outside of this. Like, a lot of my friends like are just like, oh man, you're just like, all you do is like real estate, and like you're like, oh, this all you like, you're kind of selfish and this and that. And I'm like, well, that's weird, because like one of my friends like live in one of my houses for free, and like I had another friend live in my houses for free, and like didn't ask for any money for a year. I'm like kind of like, it's like gave you $20,000 basically. Like and everybody's just like, now you owe me, now this, like it's okay to like get new friends. So I mean, it's just true. Like, the same friends, like sometimes we're programmed with this loyalty when it comes to friendship, that like, but I've known them for so long, and it's like, cool, but like, are they growing with you, or are they mad because you've changed? Because like, you're right, I have changed, but I've grown, and I like want to take you with me, but like, you just like weed and Keno too much. So like, I'm not interested in Keno or weed. Like, I mean, I take a gum here once in a while, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. But like, like, I'm like, we're just different, right? Like, we're just a little different. And I'm not going to keep going like, come on, man, please come with me. Let's go do this together. Please, let's go do this. Like, but what I want to do now is like, man, like, Demont is nonstop. Like, man, Demont's a dude I just want to hang out with Demont. Because like, it's easy to hang out with Demont, and it's harder to hang out with somebody I knew my whole life, because like you could talk to them, right? I want to go talk to Aaron. I want to go talk to whoever. Like, that's what their growth is. It puts us in these rooms where we get to level up, man. And we leave here unstoppable. Like, it's insane. We get to leave here so powerful. Yeah, whatever you're going through now is temporary. Check your screen time, which leads to this. Man, I just did all this morning. I wrote this whole thing. I'm like, I gotta just do this real quick. So I'm kind of learning it. All right, level up. So I'll work on my real estate business 30 days a week, 7 days a week. Yeah, so when we say we level up, right? So basically, like, like what you take in like matters. Like what you put in your body, like not even just food, but for your soul, like matters, right? What you read matters. What you watch matters. What you eat, it matters. Like I want to pick what I get to fuel myself with, right? And I want to fuel myself with good, positive energy. People that are happy. Nate's always happy. Nate's always on a coaching call. He's always like smiling. He's always like happy and like oh, cool. I hope Nate always has a question because he's just always easy to talk to. Like, you know, like you want that kind of stuff. Like we have to like leave this room and go deal with so much negativity, like the upset person at Home Depot, the person that's speeding and road raging, the person that's doing this. And sometimes like our family, Uncle Lonnie hates everybody. Everything's hard and terrible. And it's just like, man, I just like don't need to like, I just don't need to feel that. I get that things are tough and things are hard, but like we don't need to be a victim of our circumstance. Like we can do better. We can rise up. Like we can do this. Like, I mean, it's just, we can definitely do it. And then this is for you to decide like what's important. You are not alone. Leverage this amazing community. And, oh yeah, and then this is, yeah. And I want to end it with this. Like the biggest reason you will not succeed is because you're in a rush. And that rush creates you to do, and that rush creates poor decisions. Are we done? Oh, okay. Yeah, so again, the biggest reason you won't succeed is because you're in a rush and that creates poor decisions. That leads back to what I was saying earlier, like living in those zones for 60 to 90 days and becoming really good and not chasing the new shiny storage unit. I'm going to flip land. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do this. Like let's just get really good at certain things. Like, don't get me wrong. There's tools that are amazing. Like sheriff sale is a tool. A tax sale is a tool, right? Wholesaling to yourself with private money can be a tool, right? Like we got tools and then we got strategies. Like I don't want you guys to take a tool and then build a life around it because it's not real and it doesn't work. Like let's find the strategies and like let's get really good at finding our areas and then it'll all come together. But the only reason you will not succeed is if you're in a rush. I can promise you. That is it. So I think that's it. Are there any questions or anything? We didn't even get to do the guys. I had more.
I told you.
I know.
I was saying 35 minutes.
Well, I couldn't just stop. Like 35 minutes, just stop. Like, all right.
No, I was going to do your contract thing.
We'll have to do that on a Zoom. We'll do that on a Zoom next week.
Real quick. Ariel, come up here. I just want to give some gratitude and thanks to her. Daniel, he's not here.
Thank you, guys.
But, he puts in a lot for you guys. Yeah. You got Daniel too. But, you guys are the biggest group probably. One of the biggest.
One of them. Like, I think of, like, Detroit and Atlanta. Like, these two are, like...
Well, I'm only here because of you guys. Like, literally. No, I'm serious. I love talking to all you guys. And
you guys have an amazing leader, and your group reflects that. And, like, it's just not surprising to see, like, a turnout like this with, like, selfless people like Ariel, Daniel. I mean, all of you guys are... I mean, who came the furthest?
I came from St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Seattle.
Seattle?
We got
Oh my gosh! Holy smokes! Hopefully it was worth it. Crap. Dang, that's awesome.
State, yeah.
Wow.
Man, like your leader is amazing. Guys, and these groups, this meetup, every single month happens. Like, be a part of it. When I'm saying make a commitment, come for an hour and hang out. Go throw axes, throw darts, talk to each other, like fill up again. Like it's so fill up. Come here, fill up. It doesn't always need to be like, we're gonna work on buying off market. We're gonna work on share sales. Like we just want to be together. I want you to know my kids. I want you to know my spouse. Like, man, like we're together because we get this. Like, and just like, I mean, just know that. Like this is what this is for, and you're writing your own story. Like you guys are in this academy. Like you're not going anywhere unless you don't want to be here. Like then you can stop showing up. But like the only way you won't make it is if you just stop. And like I get life happens and things happen, but man, it took Danny 2 years to do his first deal, and now he's on a roll. Like if I said you're going to sign up today and it's going to take you 2 years to do a deal, would you be like, I mean, some of you might be like, no, I'm not going to do that. But like patience, like then the patience isn't there. Fill the time with something else.
But it's better than the 40 years in a W-2 that could just let you go out and employ.
Yeah, that's it.
When you kind of weigh out everything, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, now if you guys don't know how much time she puts in, her and Daniel, you guys wouldn't believe it. She's always on there. I've hopped in the group meeting. I'm like, holy crap, she is always posting. So
Responding.
Oh, responding.
Real quick to respond.
Really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
quick. Yeah, she's doing Zoom calls.
She takes
Yeah.
phone calls.
You know,
Yeah.
if
Oh.
someone else, you guys can also do a Zoom call too, so she doesn't have to run them all the time. So it'll help her out tremendously. This is a big group. I mean, you guys can be having Zoom calls twice, three times a week.
Yeah, there's a lot of hitters in here, man. You guys are going to crush this.
Yeah.
Like we just got to be a commitment. Like I know for a fact, like we narrow down these zip codes, we narrow down these areas, and we get hyper focused. Like there's no reason why the next time I come down here, like half of you have more deals. Like there's no reason why not.
The more active you are, the more deals you're going to get. Because the more active she got, she started being like, oh man, everything started coming in. And she got involved with Mike and
That's true.
everything, you know, and she's just indulging herself as much as possible.
Yeah.
And if you guys keep coming to these, go to the Zoom calls that she holds.
Yeah,
you guys
y'all.
can really-
The more and more you get involved, the more and more conversations you start having. You'll get that phone call one day. Hey, I need help with this. I need help with this, or whatever.
People
But then you
trust
don't
you.
know. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. I mean, I get hotel calls, apartment calls, multi-units, single families. I get the owner of the property I bought in Atlanta came by and said, I got something for you 5 doors away. Like, you
Yeah.
bought for me before, I know you, let's buy for me again. What was my marketing on that? I guess I had bought for him. You know, it's like you don't know where it's going to take you in your journey and your story.
Yep, I love it. You guys, this is awesome.
So someone, if you're willing to be the next Ariel when it comes to like
Yeah.
getting all the good stuff and all
Yeah.
the good deals, trust me, you want to do it.
Somebody take some pizza home and waters.